What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the Kludge N80 keyboard. Now don't let that fool you. N80 doesn't mean 80%, it means 80 keys. This is a 75% keyboard and I have been enjoying it for the last month.
Alright, you can see here this is the setup I've got going at the moment, my essentials. The RK65 keyboard, we got the Super Glide mousepad with our Terra T-Volution. I was feeling maybe it's time for a change for the keyboard. I'm still rocking the wrist rest from my Razer keyboard, but we're going to toss this out of the way because it's time for something else. We're going to start by pulling the tab and popping this open. This is the RK N80. We have paper, 12-month guarantee, and shortcuts on the other side. In the box, we have a keycap / switch puller. We've got our cable. We've also got a few replacement switches and an anti-mold packet. I'm an old man now. I've got some wrist issues with the job I work, and it's very demanding, so there's not much that I can do about that. So I thought that maybe if I could make things a little easier for myself at home, getting a low-profile keyboard might actually help something. There, you can see the difference pretty good there. This one is quite a bit lighter than this one, and I'm assuming that's because this is actually a wireless model. You get your little dongle in the backside here. You can switch between on and off. I'm gonna plug it in. I don't really have a use for it unplugged, so I'm not really gonna bother. But if we plug it in, we've got a little screen here, which the tab broke. Our volume knob has a few uses. If you press down on it, it goes into mode selection, so you can go between the Bluetooth, you can go USB, home, change the layout, your effects, the color, brightness, speed, language, and return back to menu. So we click down on it. If you turn it regularly, it's used as a volume knob. This is what the keyboard sounds like. It's just a quiet little thing. They're brown switches, so they're not like super loud, but they're also not linear, which is nice for me because I edit. So this is kind of what those sound like. So I have to put it into USB mode. Now it's linked and all functional. If I go in and I change, let's see, effect, there's 17 presets, and if you just want a solid color, you can do that as well. This is white. I don't know how well it translates. You can change the brightness, the speed, whatever, all that stuff. So the screen just kind of shows you like what modes you're in. It shows you if you got cap lock on or not, if you're on Bluetooth, if you've got other stuff. I'm assuming if you do the mute button. I'm not quite sure what the second thing is for. Maybe you can like plug a USB into the keyboard. Doesn't really say. Well, now that I've unboxed it, it's time to use and learn it. And I will catch you guys back when I've done so.
If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, I was using a Razer Huntsman keyboard. I think it was a 10 keyless. Anyway, tactile keyboard, that's what I like. Okay, I like a good click. But I was a little bit annoyed by how loud it was, especially because I'm recording. If I wasn't making videos, I would have stuck with that keyboard probably for a lot longer. Anyway, I didn't end up keeping it because of the noise, and then I switched to Kludge, which made this 65%, I think, which gave me the delete keys, page up, page down, volume knob, whatever. I use these keys a lot for editing, so I figured it would be important that I still had those, and that's why I didn't go for a 60%. These are linear switches, which means there's no click, and it makes it real easy to fat thumb just about anything. And when you're gaming, very nice, because it's quick, it's responsive, whatever. You don't have to wait for anything, like the keys are smooth. So then fast forward, this is what I've got now. The difference between this keyboard and this keyboard, as you can see maybe, is one of these keyboards is low profile keycaps, which you're thinking, wow, what a grandma. Listen, okay, I got a job that uses my hands, my wrists a lot. Carpal tunnel is likely to develop sometime in the future, worse than it already is, and for me it's a career ender. in what I do. I wanted low profile keycaps. This is what a 75% keyboard looks like next to a 65. So I have my function keys, and I have a separate spot on the side. Jesus, this is all backwards. Function keys are kind of important if you're doing editing of any kind, because you can use those keys for pretty much anything, and it saves a lot of time. This isn't as big as a 10 keyless. It's not as big as my other 10 keyless, I should say. And it's definitely smaller than a full-size keyboard, which is nice because I have desk space, but I want to utilize more of my desk space. So yeah, you can just kind of see the size of the keycaps side by side. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at holding things like equal. You can see there's a difference in the height of the keycaps as well as the board thickness. We have in the back 2 feet height settings. I've been using it on the highest one because it's not necessarily a high keyboard. So I'll just lay out a few things that I really like about it so far. I do enjoy the fact that, of course, I have my function keys now. I'm enjoying that it is stylish, and the low profile keycaps are just, they're so nice. And I'll give you a little, I don't know if it's picking that up very well, so I can't really do the type test because I don't have like one of those microphones with all that jazz, you know what I mean? So I gotta talk a little bit so that you can hear it. So low budget channel, all right? If I'm down here and typing, probably picked it up a little bit, but not much. And when I'm talking, it's not overly loud. These linear switches, they're not loud, but they make quite a bit more noise. I get the Huntsman V2. And if I'm playing it down here, it's a bit obstructive if you're playing games. That's just me. Now, I have been still using my wrist rest for the Huntsman with this N80, because again, I'm trying to save my wrists. Now, I do want to show you guys, this is a wireless keyboard. You pull the dongle out of the back, which you will see in some of the B-roll. You plug that into your computer. Once the computer goes ding, you flick the on switch in the back, and then it starts to turn on. Get a little animation screen, and now you see on the dial here that it's on, and we're in battery mode. It is rechargeable. You don't got to put batteries in it. I haven't been using it wireless. I did a little bit for typing. There was no input delay or anything like that. I haven't done it for gaming. I personally don't really have a use for a wireless keyboard right now, but I do like that I have it in the event that I do need it if I'm going somewhere or doing something. The screen's gonna turn off. You go to 2.4 gigahertz mode. That's gonna pair to the dongle that's plugged in. You get a check mark, good to go. You can do Bluetooth settings as well. I fear there'd probably be a little bit more latency in that, but you could technically just use this as a Bluetooth keyboard with other things than your computer. Best part of the keyboard, gotta be the fact that you can put a GIF on. GIF. I'm not fighting with you guys in the comments. You call it whatever you want to call it. The moving images, you can put them on the keyboard. Doesn't that look lit? Kind of looks like Wayne. See her? She's vibing. And she also thinks this is an awesome keyboard. So that's about all the cool stuff up front. It does have a pass-through USB in the back of the keyboard that you can use for something else. In the little pamphlet thingy-mabob, you get all your multimedia functions. If you press the function key and a function numbered key, you can get through the shortcuts. A lot of them can be done through the dial, which is kind of cool. These keyboards also are compatible with Mac, and there's a button that you can press to switch it to Mac mode or vice versa. You also have buttons to customize the backlighting. It'll say it all down here on the bottom. I'm just going to read a few of them. So to customize backlight set, step 1, you'd press function and the 1 key to customize the backlighting. Step 2, you'd press function and back to enter backlight recording mode. When the keyboard backlight is off, indicates that the backlight starts recording. Step 3, press the keys you want to customize and repeat step 3. Step 4, when it is done, pressing FN plus back will save the settings and exit backlit recording mode. I personally don't care. It has 17 or so presets on it already, which is plentiful for me. I honestly normally leave these RGB keyboards on like a solid color because I find it distracting, but it is cool if you do like to customize your stuff. Personally, I didn't do enough research to realize that there was a non-white option. There's like a dune red, which would make it, the board would be like a sandy color, and then instead of the control buttons all being gray like you could see, they turn like sandier, and then space enter and the arrow keys are like a cherry red. I would have picked that if I would have known, but I didn't. So this is what I've liked about it so far. I've had no gripes yet, hopefully none to come, but if you want something that's low profile, that has a good silent but clicky switch, it's kind of hard to beat something like this, and especially the form factor. It's very functional for productivity as well as gaming. So if you guys are in the market, in Canadian Prime, it's about $98. Right now it's on sale for $94. Big whoop. Whatever, that's not huge savings, but you get some savings, and the reviews are good at an average of 4.3. So check for sales throughout Christmas time. I know that Black Friday and Cyber Monday and whatever the heck just passed, but surely there's going to be some stuff. And if you're looking at this video shopping for somebody else, this might be a great keyboard for your gamer friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, dog, whatever. They're probably going to like it. So stay tuned for more stuff, and I will get back to you guys as soon as I have more money to spend.